Your fund's name must now mean what it says. SEBI's true to label rule explained. Good morning, investors. Let me ask you something simple today. When you bought a value fund, did you actually check whether it was investing like a value fund? Or did you trust the name on the label? Most investors trust the name, and for years, that trust was only partially deserved. What was actually happening? A fund calling itself a value fund was only required to keep 65% of its money in equity. The remaining 35% could sit anywhere else. A Contra Fund, a focused fund, a dividend yield fund, same story. Names that sounded specific and purposeful. Portfolios that were often anything but. And here is the part that should really make you think. Two funds from the same fund house with completely different names could be holding nearly identical stocks. You thought you were diversifying. You were often just buying the same portfolio twice under two different labels. SEBI looked at this and said, enough. What changed from February 2026? On February 26, 2026, SEBI issued a landmark circular making fund categorization stricter and fund names legally binding on the portfolio. The minimum equity allocation for value, contra, focused and dividend yield funds has been raised from 65% to 80%. If a fund calls itself equity oriented, it must now genuinely be equity oriented, not 65% equity with 35% quietly parked elsewhere. And fund names must now exactly match their category. Terms like wealth builder, high growth, or power gains are banned. A name must reflect the fund's actual investment strategy, not its marketing department's imagination. The overlap problem and how SEBI is fixing it. Sectoral and thematic funds must now ensure that not more than 50% of their portfolio overlaps with other equity schemes from the same fund house. Schemes that cannot meet this requirement by April 2029 must be mandatorily merged with other schemes. And from August 2026, just a few weeks away, every fund house in India must publish monthly portfolio overlap reports on its own website, free, publicly available, for any investor to check. What you should do right now: check whether any of your funds fall in these categories: value, contra, focused, dividend yield, sectoral, or thematic. Your fund house is required to align its portfolio to these new rules by August 2026. Watch for any communication from your AMC about portfolio changes or scheme mergers. If your fund is being merged or restructured, you will be given a window to exit without any extra charges. Read that notice carefully when it arrives. The real lesson: a fund's name was always supposed to tell you what you were buying. For years, it only told you what it was being marketed as. That gap between the label and the reality is now being closed. Not out of goodwill, by regulation. My WealthWise Pinup rule for today: read the name, then read the portfolio. From August 2026, you will have no excuse not to, and neither will your fund manager. Do you hold a value fund, a contra fund, or a thematic fund? Let us check together whether it is truly true to its label. I am MV Suresh, founder MV Suresh WealthWise. For regular mutual fund updates, connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Telegram. Wishing you good financial health. I'll be back tomorrow with a new tip. Till then, stay wealthwise.